Hey everybody, welcome back. So today's going to be kind of a short video, but this is going to be number 2 actually in the series of socializing a new snake that doesn't particularly like us. As we talked about in the video previous to this, where we introduced the new Sri Lankan and the new orange glow phantom here, I want to film every interaction that we have with the new Sri Lankan here, so we can kind of document how quickly or how slowly he ends up coming around and gets a little bit easier to manage. So you won't want to go anywhere. I'll be right back on Intrepid Exotics. Whether you're a lifelong keeper or just getting started, help us encourage responsible keeping, conservation, and public education in the interest of keeping our reptiles safe and healthy as we protect them for future generations. You're invited to spend time with us as we experience these awesome animals together on Intrepid Exotics. Okay, so like I said, this is going to be a really quick video. I just want to take him out for a little while. I'm going to kind of talk you through my mindset before I go in there and what I'm going to do, how I'm going to approach him and so forth, so that when I'm in the process, you can kind of pick those things out and see and kind of understand what I'm doing. Now, I actually had made a mistake on the first video when I brought these guys back. I don't know why I was thinking Burmese python. This is not a Burm. It's actually a subset of Indian rock python, and it's my understanding that they've actually been reclassified here recently and split off from the Indian rock pythons and are now just Sri Lankan pythons. So a little tidbit for you. Like I said, there's that correction from the first video. I just had Burma on the brain for some reason. I was excited about getting new animals in here. So what we're going to do with him now is, as you've seen, and I'll go ahead and link this first video, the first time I had him out, he's all over the place. As soon as I lifted him up out of the tub for the first time, that was the first time I'd had my hands on him, and he just wanted to shoot off running. So I don't want to be fighting him around stuff that's inside his enclosure. He's hiding back there behind his leaves right now and just does not want to be messed with. Every time I peek my head in there, he's just staring at me all huff sometimes. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to try and make this as quick as possible, getting him out. Because like we've talked about in other videos, as soon as he knows I'm here, and this is like his home, and I'm a predator coming in, he's stressed out that whole time. So I want to make that whole experience, that whole, all that anxiety that he's feeling as brief as possible. Get him over that, get him out, and just get him handled and see how he does. So I'm going to use the hook as a block, just to make it a little bit easier to kind of get his head out of the way so that I can get him out. But first thing I need to do is get this stuff out of the way. And I know he's going to be none too happy about coming out, but we'll get you through it, buddy. It's okay. It's okay. It's okay, buddy. It's okay. Come on. Come on. No. Come on. He does it. He does it. I'm just kind of letting him wrap around my arm right now as much as he can. Keep him from flailing too much. Just like the first time. Let him, it's okay. Just like the first time, let him run out a little bit of energy. No, come on. And I try really hard to not grasp onto him and just hold him. You see me go down to the floor with him there for a minute. It was one of those times where I had the choice of either latching onto him to hold on to him, or just to kind of chase him a little bit. Oh, there we go. You got a little pop there. Come on. Come on, buddy. Come on, buddy. Come on. Come on. Run some of that fight out of him. Decided to musk me again, of course. You're okay. Yeah. No. None too happy. None too happy. It's okay, bud. Okay. And that is why I keep him just far enough away from my face. There you go. Here we go. Come on, bud. So you're okay. All we're really looking for right now is just to get a little bit of peace from him. Get a couple minutes of peace. Let him look around a little bit. Come on. Come on. Look at the camera. Smile for everybody out there. He doesn't know it yet, but he's going to be okay. Such an angry boy. But see, this is all the stuff that we got to do with them early, because, you know, if you're afraid to work with them when they're young, you're afraid to work with them when they're, you know, when they're smaller like this, then you're really going to be afraid to work with them when they get older. So this is one of the things, you know, even if you're getting like a retic from somebody, I mean, even a ball python, if the snake's not really socialized, if it's afraid of people, you know, this is the stuff that we've got to do with them early on to let them know that biting's not going to help, that we're not going to hurt them, and to let them just get used to being handled. Now these, with this guy, like I said, being or formerly being classified with Indian rock pythons, those are known for having pretty tough dispositions anyway. And so naturally he should be a pretty grumpy guy. But yeah, see, as soon as my hand starts going towards his face there, like I was trying to lift his head up and get him supported, that's when he, you know, started biting at my hand again, because he thought he saw something coming at him. Come on, bud. And he is in straight up flight mode now. He just wants to get away from me. And I'm trying not to let too much of his body get extended out, just because I really want him to feel like he can relax just a little bit. And this is a really good point too on handling. You see how I'm just kind of letting him, you know, roll over my hands like that. I'm not trying to restrain him. I don't want him to feel like he's trapped. And I'm hoping that he'll kind of start feeling a little bit better about this whole situation. And I'm just going to continue every time I work with him. I'm going to continue to watch those tongue flicks, kind of see how he starts to interact with his environment. Not so much me. I just want him to be able to relax enough to where he starts wanting to explore, you know. He's just trying to get away from me now. Doesn't want anything at all to do with me. But I want him to kind of relax and start getting curious. Start looking at stuff. Oh, what's this? Okay. Yeah, I don't have to fight for a second, so now I can start checking stuff out. But you still gotta, when you're working with them like this too, you still gotta be really conscious not to let them get too close to your face. Don't get too comfortable with them, because at this point in the game, just about anything could make him want to turn around and take a swing at me, and I don't want him to get a hold of my nose. That would be uncomfortable. But this is a step. This is a step forward with him. We're going to get him to the point where he comes out and he doesn't want to fight. May not be next time, may not be the time after that. And I completely anticipate as soon as I start moving him around, he's going to start trying to get away or take another swing at me. But this is the patience that we've got to have with these guys. Just sit here. Give them time to realize that we're not going to hurt them. See, that little second right there was, that was the behavior that I want to find. That's what I want to see. I want to see him doing that all the time. Just that really slow, deliberate. He started to relax a little bit, and he goes back on point. Look at that. There you go. See, now you can see he had another second there where he had some long tongue flicks going on, and just kind of started to ease his head down a little bit. So all these little cues that they'll give you. And there'll be a roller coaster ride with him for a long time, I'm sure. And as soon as I start moving him again, you can hear that huffing. As soon as I move, he's going to start trying to get away again. There we go. There we go. He drew a little bit of blood on me this time. He was a little bit more serious about it. No, easy does it. Easy does it. I think I wrapped my thumb around him a little bit too hard there. He felt like I was trying to grab him. So, let him try and run away for a minute. He'll probably get frustrated and take another swing or two when he realizes that he can't get away. And this is another good example too. You know, we talk about trust in our animals, and even though he's swinging like he is and biting and so forth, you know, you'll notice the times when he starts to crawl back up on my arms and something like that. I'm not trying to keep his head away from me. You know, I'm trying to keep him away from striking distance from my face. But you know, part of handling them is letting them explore your arms and whatever they're hanging on. So if he starts moving his head back over my arms, even though I know he might want to bite, I'm going to let him check that out. I'm going to let him see what's going on with it. You know, if he bites me, he bites me. But like I said, he's got to have time to get comfortable with what's going on, and if you don't trust them a little bit, even knowing they can bite you, then they'll never trust you. So. You'll be okay, buddy. Really tense right now. See? I think he's calmed down enough now. I'm going to go ahead and let him go back home. He's not doing too bad. Okay, let's let him go back home now. Be good, bud. See how I'm putting him in on a nice calm note? He relaxes, starts making sense again. Not back yet. You're not done yet? You can come back out. See, that's cool that the snake hook has got his attention and he's checking it out now. With them really long tongue flicks. He's curious about what's going on. He's starting to get curious about his environment and realizing he doesn't have to fight so much. So this is a really good sign. I really kind of like that he turned around. Yeah. Really kind of like that he turned around and come back out instead of just ran away from me. You're okay. You can huff and puff all you want. Decided to take a bite out of the enclosure there. Get him back in there. So anyway, guys, that's round 2. And we'll let him relax. And here probably in the next couple days, we'll go ahead and put out round 3. See how he does then. Like I said, I'm hoping within a week or 2 of doing this pretty consistently, he really starts to calm down a little bit and at least stops striking and stuff like that. So I think we made a little bit of progress here today. I've seen a little bit of behaviors that you would expect to see with a snake that's starting to relax and check things out, even if it was only for a couple seconds. But, you know, left him on a fairly good note. And we'll try this again here in a couple days. So we'll see you guys next time on Intrepid Exotics.